everybody. This is a shadowbox type frame that I bought at Action, which is a Dutch chain that has stores in Germany. And it has this beautiful dried flowers in it, and I have these two cabinet cards of my ancestors, and I wanted to use them in my frame because I didn't want to put the cabinet cards in my ancestors' journal. I wanted them as decoration in my room and on display all the time. So I thought I could maybe incorporate them in this frame in like a 3D style junk journal shadowbox frame. So what I did for that is I cut a strip of craft foam to the width that I wanted the pictures to be away from the back. So I doubled the craft foam up and like cut it so it's even as a spacer between the back of the frame and the photo, which I'm gonna put against it. Because I wanted the photo to be in the center of the frame and not right at the front or right in the back. I wanted it to be like kind of look like it's stuck between the flowers or floating in the frame, something like that. So that the photos would create a shadow against the background. So you can see here in detail what I'm doing. I'm sticking double-sided tape on the doubled up craft foam. I doubled it up by also sticking double-sided tape between the two, and then I place it over the side of it so that the double-sided tape sticks the craft foam onto the frame, but also can stick against the photo as I lift it against it. I fiddled around with it a bit and pressed it against the craft foam strip, and here you can see that the photo is in the center of the frame and right next to the flower basically. Now I have to do the same for the other photo. As you can see here on the upper left corner and the lower right corner of the cabinet card, there I have a little piece, like 1.5 inch, 1 inch strip of craft foam is enough. You don't have to do the entire length. It just needs, the cabinet card just needs 2 spots to hold, you know, it's just gonna hang on the wall. It just needs some spot where it sticks. So I'm doing the same on the other side. And then lifting the card against the, like, trying to stick it through the flower and then lift it against the craft foam blocks or spacers or whatever you want to call them. Making sure it really sticks. There's not a lot of room to mess with, but it doesn't really need much force to put it against the craft foam. Now I'm looking at it to see if I like it, and that's good for me. Messing with the flowers, they are very fragile, so be gentle if you try to move them around. Okay. Now next up we have to work on the background. So let's make some room. I decided to put craft foam underneath the back. You can just use the glass and then it's gonna be see-through, but I wanted a junk journal style background with a collage on it. So I just used the glass to collage on it, figuring out what to use to glue onto it. I have this book laying around. It has various pages. With a vintage book I found on the flea market. And I'm using a rolling tape to stick it down. This is an old prayers book. Super old, super vintagey with big black letters. And this is my scrap box with my special scraps. I'm just rummaging around trying to find stuff that would work out together. This is a big box I have of letter-sized papers and a little bit smaller, so not scrap size. And I thought I'd find something better here, and I found a copy of a French magazine that I have. I'm tearing it into size. Sticking it down with the tape. Super handy for fast projects like this rolling tape. Basically double-sided with the non-stick paper already removed. Okay, I'm gluing down everything that's a bit loose in the center. And now you can see all of this overlapping ripped edges. So I'm taking a bit of sandpaper. And I will sand off these edges against the glass, sanding downwards. And that's in general a very handy tip if you make tags or anything on a hard surface like harder cardstock or, you know, even glass. If you sand it, you don't have to use scissors, and it's going to be super accurate and cut off right at the edge. I went against the grain here and hit the corner, but that's okay, you know, it can be grungy and a little bit wrinkly, I don't mind that. So I keep sanding all around and it's nice and smooth and nothing is overlapping. Get rid of those scraps that I sanded off. And there we have it. Obviously, I think this looks too symmetrical, so I try to find something to break up that symmetry. Looking for scraps that have still neutral colors, because I don't want the background. I want the background to be a background and not to be too flashy. So neutral colors, and just go across those lines that are already there to break up that symmetry. Now I look if that's enough for me or if I have to do more. And yeah, that looks fine for me. It doesn't have to be more detailed for a background. So I put it in the frame since I'm happy with it. I have one more look-sees. And yeah, I like it. I like how the pictures drop a shadow on the background. And we fold down these little metal holders. And that's it. And if you enjoy this, maybe recreate it, buy a shadow box. You could also just drill a hole in it and stick in any dried flowers you like if you cannot find a shadow box that's just like this. And you can have a decoration piece in your room that has junk journal style. I hope you like it and that you feel inspired. See you next time!